Hi, it's Nick Waterfield here from Parson Cross in Sheffield. I've been invited by Church Action on Poverty to do this short video, so settle down with your cup of tea or whatever it is that you want to share, and let's just spend some time together reflecting on the coronavirus situation, the crisis as it is at the moment, and what implications that might have for us all of us who are concerned about poverty and issues around poverty and the situation in the UK coming out of the other side. Because I think that whilst we're in it, and all our concerns and all our prayers and all our worries are in the immediate, for many of us, especially those of us who are operating food banks still, or operating as key workers in the NHS, or in other important parts of society, I think it is important still that we take time out both to care for ourselves and also to already think about what happens on the other side. So let's just take a few moments to be quiet and to still ourselves and to think about what happens on the other side. I think, for me at least, even in the short time that we've had, we're not at the peak times yet. We know there will be more sadness, though we know there will be more hardship to come. But I think already there are signs of what we need to put in place for once we have come through this. We've seen that deep affection and also that deep acknowledgement of the need for a good quality health service available for all at all times. We can't pay for that by any means other than taxation or by social responsibility. It's a shared resource. This crisis has shown, perhaps more than anything practical ever could do, the interdependentness of each other. If we are not community, we are nothing. It's also shown that there's been an over-reliance on non-statutory, on charity responses. It's worried me, as somebody who has run a food bank for 9 years here in Sheffield, that at least in these initial phases, that the government, both civic, locally and nationally, has seen food banks as a means of distributing food to more and more people. Food banks that were never set up to feed even the numbers that we were feeding before the crisis are now being seen to feed even more, as if that response was somehow appropriate. So I think I would invite us all now, as we're perhaps spending those 5 minutes alone with our teas, our coffees and our drinks, and as we reflect upon my words here, reflect about what is it that we want to be as a society going forward. How will we value community, value each and every citizen? How will we ensure that people are not reliant upon charity, but that as a society we see that interconnectedness and we learn to explore it in new ways? How, as a society, may we take this terrible, terrible set of events across the world as an opportunity to reshape the world, to reshape our attitude to climate change and to hunger and to poverty? How may we see this as a God-given opportunity to actually reimagine the world and to, out of the hardship, the misery and the sadness and the heartbreak that we will inevitably, sadly have to go through, how might we see this as an opportunity to build something better on its back?